Your father's generation was right about everything you're doing wrong. Look around you. The average man lives trapped in a cage of untapped potential, settling for glimpses of what could be. But you're not here for average, are you? What you're about to discover isn't another recycled motivation speech or a discipline hack that fades by tomorrow. This is the architecture of deep achievement, a framework that's transformed the lives of men who refuse to accept mediocrity. In the next 10 minutes, you'll learn why combining motivation and discipline in a specific sequence creates an unstoppable force, the kind that turns dreams into reality while others keep hitting snooze on their ambitions. Ready to step into the arena of extraordinary achievement? Let's confront an uncomfortable truth. You're caught in the motivation-discipline disconnect. It's that space where motivation surges through your veins at 11 p.m., planning tomorrow's conquest only to vanish by dawn. You've tried the cold showers, the morning routines, the productivity apps. Yet here you are, watching another self-improvement video, feeling that familiar ache of untapped potential. But here's what nobody's talking about. The real problem isn't lack of motivation or discipline. It's their misalignment. You're trying to build a skyscraper with either the architect or the builder missing, never both working in sync. This is where everything changes. The achievement triangle isn't just another framework. It's the bridge between wanting greatness and actually seizing it. Let me break down these three critical components that separate the extraordinary from the mediocre. First, mental sovereignty. Most men live as mental tenants, letting others' opinions and society's expectations dictate their ambitions. But true achievement demands ownership of your psychological landscape. Here's how. Start with a morning mental audit. Before touching your phone, ask yourself, what territory am I conquering today? Not your boss's territory, not social media's territory, your territory. This shifts you from passive consumer to active creator of your reality. Second, strategic friction. Most self-improvement advice tells you to eliminate friction. They're wrong. You need to weaponize it. Every obstacle, every resistance point becomes fuel when properly harnessed. Example, when you feel that resistance to starting a difficult task, implement the 5-second redirect. Instead of fighting the friction, acknowledge it. This resistance means I'm pushing into growth territory. Then immediately take one micro-action. Open that document. Put on those running shoes. Write that first sentence. Third, time compression. Here's what separates high achievers from dreamers. They understand that time isn't linear in terms of results. The average man spreads his effort thin, getting linear returns. But when you compress your focus into what I call achievement blocks, you create exponential output. Here's the method. Identify your peak energy window. For most men, it's within 2 to 3 hours of waking. Guard this time like a fortress. No phone, no emails, no distractions. This is your achievement sanctuary. The key is understanding how these three elements work together. Mental sovereignty gives you the foundation, strategic friction provides the energy, and time compression delivers the results. It's not about working harder. It's about working with precision and purpose. Think of it this way. Most men approach their goals like they're trying to start a fire with wet wood. They keep striking matches, motivation, but can't sustain the flame, discipline. What you're learning here is how to create a controlled burn, one that grows stronger with each challenge it faces. The real power comes from implementation. Each morning, you're either reinforcing mental sovereignty or surrendering it. Every resistance point is either strategic friction being converted to progress or wasted potential. And your time is either being compressed for maximum impact or diluted into mediocrity. This isn't theory. This is battle-tested strategy that's transformed thousands of men from passive participants in their lives to active architects of their achievement. Now that you understand the achievement triangle, let's drill down into the exact implementation protocol that transforms theory into results. This isn't another productivity system. It's an achievement architecture that integrates motivation and discipline into your neural pathways. The cornerstone is the 4-hour achievement block method. Most men make the crucial mistake of treating all hours as equal. They're not. Research shows that your peak cognitive hours are worth 5x your average hours in terms of output. Here's the precise breakdown. Your first hour is the deep focus sprint. This is where you tackle your most challenging, high-impact task with military precision. No phone, no email, no negotiations. The second and third hours form your strategic execution window. This is where you build momentum through focused completion of pre-identified key tasks. The final hour is integration and planning, reviewing progress, adjusting strategies, and setting up tomorrow's battlefield for success. But here's the advanced protocol most miss. Within each hour, implement the 52-8 rhythm. That's 52 minutes of focused execution followed by 8 minutes of strategic recovery. Why? Studies at the Human Performance Institute show this rhythm matches your body's natural ultradian cycle, maximizing both output and sustainability. Now, let's talk about momentum triggers, the secret weapon of consistent achievers. These aren't just habits. They're neurological shortcuts that bypass the motivation-willpower debate entirely. Start with environmental triggers. Position your key tools and resources at specific points in your space. Your workspace should be set up the night before, with your main project open on your computer, a full water bottle present, and your phone in another room. Then add time triggers. Specific actions tied to specific times, not emotions or motivation levels. 5:30 a.m. isn't when you decide to wake up. It's when your feet hit the floor, period. The advanced implementation includes cascade triggers, where completing one action automatically initiates the next. Example: finishing your workout triggers your 5-minute cold shower, which triggers your protein shake, which triggers your planning review. No decisions, no willpower depletion, just flowing from one achievement protocol to the next. Reality anchoring is where we ensure this system survives contact with real life. Every Sunday night, conduct a reality anchor session using this specific protocol. First, map your achievement blocks in red on your calendar. These are now as sacred as a heart surgery appointment. Then, identify your week's 3 potential derailers using the threat assessment matrix. High probability threats, pattern interrupts, and energy vampires. For each threat, create an if-then protocol and a buffer strategy. Example matrix. High probability, late-night project demands. If-then, if work extends past 9 p.m., the next day's achievement block shifts to backup time slot. No exceptions. Buffer strategy. Pre-written email template explaining your peak performance requirements to team members. Advanced reality anchoring includes creating what I call achievement airlocks, buffer zones before and after your achievement blocks that prevent life's chaos from seeping in. This means no meetings scheduled 30 minutes before or after your blocks, no open loops carried into your achievement time. The implementation sequence is crucial. Week 1 focuses exclusively on establishing your achievement blocks. No other changes. Week 2 introduces your primary momentum triggers. Week 3 activates reality anchoring. Week 4 begins integration of cascade triggers. This progressive loading ensures neural pathway development without overwhelming your system. Remember, this protocol isn't about perfection. It's about progression through proven systems. Every day you follow this framework, you're not just getting things done. You're literally rewiring your brain's achievement architecture. The man who starts this system and the man who emerges after 30 days are operating on fundamentally different levels of capability and accomplishment. Picture this transformation. Within 30 days, you'll experience what I call the triple crown effect. First, your mental clarity skyrockets. Decisions that used to paralyze you now take seconds. Second, your output doubles while your stress halves, because you're operating from a position of strategic control, not reactive chaos. Finally, you develop an unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you're not just talking about success, you're methodically achieving it. The respect you command, both from yourself and others, becomes magnetic. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about finally becoming who you were meant to be. Here's your challenge. The next 14 days will define your future. Take the achievement protocol and implement it exactly as outlined. No modifications, no excuses. Start tomorrow morning with your first achievement block. Document your journey. Share your transformation in the comments below. Subscribe to join a community of men who are rewriting their stories through disciplined action and strategic motivation. This isn't just another video you watch and forget. This is your turning point. The moment you decide to step into your full potential. Remember, while others dream, you'll be achieving. Now go. Your extraordinary life is waiting.